Hello, welcome to Figure Skating This. The Grand Prix season has just begun with Skate America, and what a competition that was. I just need to share my feelings about it with someone, so I'm sharing it with you guys. Let's begin with the women and then move on to the men. So in the women's competition, the winner was Luna Hendricks, and what confidence Luna had when she stepped onto the ice. Like, you just knew she was gonna nail every single jump, and she did. She had 2 flawless programs and she got an overall personal best, and I was just so thrilled to see Luna so happy afterwards and content with herself, because last season, more often than not, she was disappointed in herself because she had these huge expectations set on herself, but there were always a few mistakes. But here she was flawless, and I was so happy to finally see her happy with herself and radiating joy afterwards. She even had a little tears of joy when she got her personal overall best. And she had 2 really interesting programs too. Her first one, she was literally on fire. Like, her dress was smoking hot. Like, I'm always blushing thinking about it. She looks great in it. It's very fiery and hot. And I also loved the Kari Sakamoto-esque kick at the judges at the end. Her free program though, I find the music highly annoying. It's not my cup of tea at all. Like, I get what she's going for. It's a unique program and she can sell it. But it's just not my thing, but hopefully it will grow on me throughout the season. But I still think it is a good program for her because it stands out and it's also on brand for her. And yeah, she has 2 memorable programs, and I think that must be really good for her. And I feel like Luna, the other skaters should look out this season. Like, she is going for gold. First, she's gonna win that European gold that she wanted so badly to win last year, but now that is hers. And I also think she's going for the world gold too. She has a silver and a bronze since before. So, and like, she was just radiating confidence at this competition. So yeah, watch out for Luna. Then we have to talk about Amber Glenn. What an emotional roller coaster she put it all on. Let's begin with the short program. The short program was just pure awesomeness. Every single movement was amazing and in sync with the music, and I just love that she brought such a fierce, fiery, edgy program once again, just like she did last year. And she had a great jumpsuit or bodysuit or what you call it. Of course, not as great as last season, because nothing will ever beat that, nothing ever. But back to her program, it was just brilliant, and she connected with the crowd, and she seemed to thoroughly enjoy herself and just having the time of her life. It was before her home crowd in Texas, because she's from Texas too, and she was rewarded with 2nd place in the short program and with a personal best, the first time ever hitting a score over 70 points. And then came the free, and first I was worried for the music, because she had announced she was gonna skate to Muse by Exogenesis by Muse, and everyone from the devil to his aunt has already skated to that, and I was like, no, I'm so tired of that music. But when the music started, I forgave her. Like, I fell in love with it. It was perfectly paraphrased to the music with such tenderness, and to look like a beautiful, precious little ballerina princess in that dress. And then she performed a bloody triple axel. And not just any triple axel, it was the highest rewarded triple axel ever by a female. It was glorious, and I just couldn't believe my eyes. I screamed, and the whole crowd roared, because everyone knew what this meant. This was the first time ever she has landed a triple axel. She has tried so many times and had under rotations or step outs and falls many times. And now she doesn't only fully rotate it and land it, she does it with such grace that it's the best triple axel ever done by a female. Like, that's so insane. And after that jump, I was like, oh, can she keep it together? Like, it's got to be such adrenaline and such pressure. And for the first half, she did keep it together. She performed 2 beautiful combinations and that triple sacco, which was not the best, but it was alright. Nothing terrible happened. And then she had a step sequence and I was so moved by it. And then I started to relax because I was like, she only has 3 jumping passes left. I mean, she's got, with such a beautiful first half, oh, how terrible can it go? Well, it went as bad as it could, honestly. Like, on the loops and the flip, she had under rotations and falls. And in the last triple loop, she only did a single. And at the end, you just saw how empty and disappointed she was at herself. And she looked like the most lonesome person in the world on the ice. And I just wanted to hug her. But like, it's okay, Amber. And I felt like the whole crowd wanted to hug her. They were very supportive. And I just felt like my heart was breaking for every failed jump. Because like, if she had just done 1 clean jump in a combination, because she also didn't get all the combinations because all of it falls in the last half of the program. But if she had just got 1 clean jump with a combination, she would have gotten, I think, a bronze. And it would have been like still a success. But now she just failed so miserably, and so many feelings, like such happiness first with the triple axel and the first half for the program. I've never seen her skate any better. It was magic. It was, I was enchanted by her. And then it was the worst she has skated ever. And yeah, I'm so sad for her. I hope she can be proud of herself for having performed such a triple axel still. And maybe this can give her confidence to perform it again in the next Grand Prix stage and do the whole program clean. By the way, I might see that because I'm gonna go to Grand Prix in Espoo where she's gonna be, and I'm gonna see the free programs. I might actually see Amber do a triple axel, and if she does before my eyes, I'm gonna lose it. I maybe also do a vlog if you guys are interested with my experience at the Grand Prix, so let me know if you want to see that. But moving on to her teammate Isabella, who came in overall 2nd place, just like last year in Skate America, and she had 2 like clean programs, and she's always great at selling them, but as usual, her jumps terrify me, but she somehow seems to land them. I think her short program is the most interesting one, but I'm also very conflicted. Like, I'm both intrigued and a bit, I don't know if disgusted is the right word for it, but like, it's something about it that's intriguing yet off-putting. Like, take the snake arm, for example. Like, it's cool that it looks like a snake, but it's something about it is a bit off-putting. I don't know what. Hopefully it will grow on me throughout the season, because like, she sells it. She really does. She's committed to it, but it's something about it that's a bit off to me. But then move on to the girl in 3rd place, and here we find Nina Petrina from Estonia. And if Amber wasn't gonna medal here, I'm thrilled that it was Nina. It was actually the first ever Grand Prix medal for an Estonian skater, which is so awesome. And I'm so happy for the whole country of Estonia. I always root a little extra for Estonian skaters because it's quite close to Sweden and we don't have that many good skaters of our own. So like, usually I also take Finnish and Estonian skaters to root for too. And I always like Nina, so I'm just really happy for her. Unfortunately, they put up the Japanese flag during the medal ceremony instead of Estonian, which is like epic fail. Like, how can you confuse Estonia and Japan? They are so far apart. Probably they just assumed that the Japanese woman was gonna medal, which is understandable, but still, like, step up your game. You can't do such a big fail. But back to her skate, she got an overall personal best, and I feel like she's someone who has slowly built up their reputation during the last couple of seasons. She was 6th and 7th at the last 2 Europeans, and to this Europeans I think she might actually, she's a big medal candidate. Like Luna is obviously the biggest candidate for gold, but for silver and bronze there are a few skaters that are quite even, and Nina is definitely one of them. And yeah, I'm looking forward to Europeans to see. Another skater who has a chance of medaling at Europeans who also was here was Kurakova, also known as Katja, my little darling. She was 4th at Europeans last season. Despite that, she only got 1 Grand Prix assignment. What is up with that? What? I'm so baffled. I don't know, I feel like the ISU don't want her to succeed or something. Like, she always is underscored in the PCS, and it was in this competition too. She ended up in 7th place overall, and yes, she had a couple of technical mistakes, but I'm so sad that she never get recognized for her skating skills and artistry. Like, and the fans love her, at least, and I'm very happy for that. And she loves the fans, and it was really cute at the end. She also got a stuffed toy thrown out on the ice, and she was gonna pick it up, and then she fell. And I don't know, it was just a kind of cute moment, and she laughed at it, and the whole crowd thought it was adorable. But yeah, let's move on to the man, and the winner of the men's competition was Ilia Malinin, and he has finally gotten some artistry. Especially in the short program, like, it was amazing. I was shocked. I did not expect him to be on this level after last season. But yeah, he really connected and got this music. And his triple axel was perfectly paraphrased with music. Oh, it was such a feeling when he landed it on point with a beat. And his step sequence, oh, it was brilliant. And I love that little splatter jump he included, that 2 feet jump. It was so high. The elevation he gets is like, it's ridiculous. He's so real, honestly. And I just loved that he finally stepped up his artistry, because his short program, like, it was complete from every single point, and he also connected with the crowd. He played with them by clapping, and yeah, it was just brilliant. And his free skate, he didn't include his signature quad axel, but it was still very impressive. Like, in the second half he performed 2 quads, and his very last jump he does a triple axel sequence. Like, who does that? Apparently Ilia, like, he can't be human. Where is he from? Like, it's honestly ridiculous how good he is at jumping. And now he has gotten better artistry too, so he's really going for that world gold medal. Although I must admit, he was overscored in the free regarding artistry. Like, he didn't deserve high 8s in PCS. I mean, come on. It always makes me so mad when just because someone is good at jumping, they automatically get higher PCS scores. Like, that's if, let's just go it the other way. That's like giving Kevin Aymoz or Denis Vasiļjevs, who are great at artistry, just giving them quads. They don't have to land it, just give them quads because they are so good at the artistry. Like, it's just as ridiculous. Anyways, he got 300 points in total, which is his personal best and first time over 300, so impressive. Congratulations to him. And I'm also really pleased that he has better outfits this season. Like, he has listened to all of the critique with his artistry and skating skills and outfits, and it's all coming together. And then in second place we found Kevin Aymoz, who had 2 back-to-back clean skates, and every time he does that, whew, I have amazing days. Like, I love Kevin. He's always so passionate, and his skating skills are just one of the best, if not the best in the world. And the way he always, like, gives it all on the ice. But more often not he has a lot of falls, unfortunately, and he's like a splatterfest, but here he kept it together. And I especially enjoyed his free program, which I did not expect because it was the bolero. And just as with Amber Glenn's Exogenesis by Muse, I was skeptical because it is overused. But Kevin, he gets bolero. And this is my favorite free program so far this season. He was a matador, he was so passionate, and the way he just expressed the music with his whole body. Like no one else is allowed to skate to bolero ever again, just Kevin. And his choreo sequence at the end was so intense and full of emotions, and he ended it with just staring at the judges. And I would have been terrified if I were a judge. Like, I would not have wanted to be them, but also sort of I would have liked to be them because it was intense in a good way. Anyways, brilliant. I'm so happy for him, and I really, really hope this is gonna be his season and he's finally gonna get a medal at Europeans. Like, I'm holding my thumbs. Let's move on to another espresso skater, that is Denis Vasiļjevs, who unfortunately wasn't as lucky with his jumps as Kevin. He came, I think, in like 9th or 10th place or something like that. And I honestly think he should stop trying to do quads, maybe. Like, I know those are needed to get more points, but also he very rarely succeeds with his quad salto, and it just begins the program with a mistake. And yes, there were other mistakes here too, but I mean, it does affect, if you begin the program with a mistake, it affects the rest of the program. And maybe he should just go for doing clean triples, maybe, and get very, very high PCS scores, because he can get those if he has clean skates. Because, this man, he can express himself. He is an artist, like, especially his short program I enjoyed, and the step sequence to that. It was magic. I mean, I would like to be him and sort of feel what he feels when he skates to the music and feel the emotion of the crowd. It seems so wonderful and magical to be him. And I'm also really impressed that despite all his mistakes in the free skate, he was still able to take in all of the support from the crowd and give them love and receive all of their love. Like, yeah, it's really admirable to be able to do that, and it shows that he really, really cares about the art of figure skating. Unfortunately, this wasn't his night at all, and I saw someone joking that he just didn't want to get one of those ugly medals. Which might have been true. Like, those medals were one of the worst medals I've ever seen. Like, who designed this? This looks tacky as hell. So maybe he just thought that the medals were too ugly for him. Last but not least, I want to talk about a Swedish skater, Andreas Nordebäck, who was here, and I was so excited for that because it's very rarely that a Swede is represented at the Grand Prix. Unfortunately, he came in last place, but it was still great to see him, and I really, really loved his new programs. I really recommend all of you guys to watch it. I think he's great at interpreting music. His step sequence are always very passionate. He gives it 110%, and I am disappointed at the judges for not giving him higher PCS scores, but I think that's, to expect, because he's such a new face on the senior stage, and he's also not from a big skating nation, so it does take time to get higher PCS scores then, and also of course since he had a lot of pop jumps and falls, that also brings it down. But still, I am excited for what is to come from him, and he's also gonna be in Grand Prix in Espoo in Finland, which I'm gonna see, so I'm hoping he's gonna do better skates there. Well, that was everything for today. Write in the comments down below your favorite moments from Skate America, and until you see me next time, take care of the earth and the people around you. Bye!